Not everybody was there for that particular show. I announced it, but they gave you a big round of applause.
Oh, that's nice to hear. Thank you.
Of course, that you saved 58 human lives, and that's the most important thing. But it was interesting. Right before we went on camera, you were telling me that they actually didn't really make a wrong turn, but they were going the wrong way, weren't they? Tell us a little bit on the map, maybe.
Yeah, when it comes to the boat refugees there, Haiti is, as you hopefully and probably know, on the island of Hispaniola. We've been hearing and seeing a lot about that lately. CNN has covered the storm,
right.
And Haiti is here. Carpathian is here in that little bay there that was terribly damaged, and we know what CNN has brought to us from live reports from there, since the storm is around this area, dropping all this water, inches of water on them. But anyway, to the second incident, or can I call it this, that happened this week, was the boat with 58 Haitian refugees. They were going to Miami, and we all know that Miami is here. And in order to get there, you better be on the north side of Cuba and passing through these waters and up. They didn't have a map. They did have a compass, but apparently that was also broken. To me, it looked like they were just sailing wherever the wind was carrying them, and the wind was carrying them here south of Cuba, north of Jamaica. They passed Cayman Islands, and we picked them up right here, about 55 nautical miles west of Cayman Islands. And you see from here to here, it's a long leg when you are making 4 to 5 knots. They had been 22 days at sea. The US Coast Guard knew about them somehow, and they had been missing. Because I really don't know how, and when I spoke to the Coast Guard in the afternoon, they said, yeah, we have been looking for them. But obviously they might have been looking up here, and nobody knew they were in the middle of the Caribbean. They didn't want to be rescued. When I first went up and spoke to them, they said, no, we're okay, it's all good. Because they didn't know where they were, and they thought they were getting closer to Miami and would survive. We gave it a second thought. Okay, that's, you know, I can't force anyone to be rescued if you're okay and everything. And we didn't have the head count on them. We counted about 20 people, and I thought that's a lot on that little boat. And then we spoke to the Coast Guard, and we both agreed, the Miami office and Coast Guard and us, let's go back and double check with these guys. After all, there is a tropical storm in the area, and that boat ain't gonna be very good. So wherever they were going and whatever they were thinking, it didn't match up with what the Mother Nature had to offer. So we came back and we sent our rescue boat alongside, and we dropped it down with some of our officers and went over there to speak to them, and they said, yeah, we're on the way to Miami. Well, that's kind of 90 degrees from here, and do you have water and you know, food?
Everything, yeah.
And how long time have you been at sea? Well, we've been at sea for 22 days. There's 58 of us on board, and we ran out of food and water after 19 days. So you don't have food, you don't have water, you've been at sea for 22 days and you don't want to get rescued. And there is a possible hurricane coming. Can you please take us on board?
Yeah.
That's the immediate response.
Sure.
So of course we did that safely. The boat was a boat to sink. That's how desperate these people are.
Yeah.
They didn't want to be rescued. They thought they were getting closer to Miami. Yeah. And had no clue where they were. So some of them said it was about hours before their boat sunk. 2 days with a storm and a system that's in the area, they would have sunk anyway, and there is no land or no rescue.
Stay out of the way.
So I'm very, very happy that we managed.
And everybody was too, Captain.
Yeah.
You know, can you also straighten out a rumor that some guests actually had? They said that. Okay, of course we understand that you got them on board, you got them healthy, you fed them, you gave them some clothes, and they showered, all that. But then they were taken off in Cozumel, and then now you're going to force them back into the eye of the storm?
No, of course not. No. There are international rules and regulations for things like that. First of all, as a captain on any ship, I have to rescue anyone that's in a danger at sea. And they were not in a danger at sea in their mind. So obviously we didn't force them to come on board. When they understood the consequences of what they were and what was coming, they asked us. So of course, we opened up the doors and treated them. We had our medical staff down there. We gave them food. They were kind of getting dehydrated. There was kids down to 14 years of age. And there was ladies, I think it was seven females among the group of 58 and a few kids as well. So families practically. And obviously a little bit of a political negotiation then, because we were going to Cozumel, and international law says that, you know, when you come to the next port, they have to take them. So that's what they did, and there was never any issues about them. Cozumel and the Mexicans opened up and said, of course we will take them. We just need to make sure they are not ill in any matter or on things like that. So they will take them, and they took care of them, brought them to school or something like that. In
shelter, probably, yeah.
Yeah, and continue to treat them. And when everything has been registered, they know who they are, what they are, and so they will be taken back to Haiti. That's Cozumel or Mexico and such. They don't have any program for taking care of these kind of refugees. So,
but we're not going to do that. They're not going to go back in the middle of the storm. Of course not. Yeah.
No.
It was like you said. There's not even planes going there, right?
No.
There's no way that you can even get there.
No. Haiti is, there is no incoming plane to Haiti, not even from Cuba with refugees. So no, there is no way that they can go back there. Okay. They will be in Cancun area until everything has calmed down, all the political parts are taken care of, and then they will be flown back to Haiti again.
Okay. So that again, thank you for doing all that and setting the record straight. But now let's talk about this cruise.
I just want to say also, before I say anything else, and I'd like to thank all the guests that have come up to me afterwards and offered if they donations, clothes, money, whatever. But again, we can't give that to them because they are in a third country, Mexico, and they don't allow them to bring anything else but what they have on standing.
But we did give them some.
Oh, we gave them
some of the cruise stuff that we had for sure.
Absolutely, exactly. And that's the procedures for us. You know, give them a shelter, food, water, and shower. We open up some staterooms for them where they could go and shower and shave and change their clothes. And after all, they've been on that little boat, 58 of them for 22 days. So they needed that.
Yeah. Okay, now, you know, here we are on day 7 of our cruise vacation. And the plan was, of course, tomorrow we'd be back